This is the old steam wagon built by my father, John Stevens. We built it back in 1825 to show Governor DeWitt Clinton that railroads were better than canals, and it worked. It was just an experiment back then, but it was the first locomotive on track in the United States. It was a humble beginning. We landed a track of a mere 660 feet just in the front yard of our home, and proved with the steam wagon that steam transportation on land was feasible. And so here's the gear wheel that moved the wagon along. Our inspiration for the steam wagon were the early locomotives built by British inventor Richard Trevithick in England some 20 years before. He wanted to use them in mining operations. So the boiler is up there, and here's the barrel to supply the water to the boiler. And here's the engine of the mighty steam wagon with the piston that drives the gear. With the concept proven with our steam wagon, we are now moving forward to establish an actual railroad. We have purchased from the famous Robert Stephenson, inventor of the locomotive The Rocket, an excellent locomotive called the John Bull. It is named after the fictional character used to represent England. Our new railroad is the Camden and Amboy. It will connect Camden in New Jersey, across from Philly, all the way up to Amboy in New Jersey, just across from New York City. The locomotive itself was shipped from England in parts. I'm so proud of our engineer, Isaac Drips, who had never seen a full-size locomotive in his life, yet he was able to assemble the John Bull in just 10 days. I'm sure there was a part or two that he didn't know where to put, but I'm sure it won't make any difference. We've even made some safety innovations. We've created something that we call the cow catcher, but it's not mainly for moving livestock off the tracks. The cow catcher actually has guide wheels that keep the train from derailing. We might one day even add brakes. The big day came when we could finally fire up the boiler. On a foggy morning, we took the John Bull out on our newly laid track. Our boiler is rated for 70 psi, but we usually operated around 50 psi. My father's dream was always to have a locomotive that would operate at 100 psi and be able to travel at 100 miles per hour. We aren't quite there yet, but we travel at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. We plan to have several dignitaries, including Napoleon's nephew, Prince Murat, ride on the John Bull. We wanted to name the engine Stevens, but the crews called it the Old John Bull, and the name stuck. Oh, that's very simple, really. We just take an ordinary hammer like this, any hammer will work, and we just go to the boiler like this. Just give a little rap on the boiler. And we have to do this so much, sometimes we make music out of it. We call it rap music. And actually, recently, my father and his engineer, Isaac Drips, were making a song of this rap music to publicize our railroads.
Isaac, sounds like a telegraph. Holy whack horseless steam carriages, Stevens. You're right. To the steam wagon. Let's go. Stevens! Stevens!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! Hurry, hurry, step right up! Introducing the star of our show, his name is
Stevens!
You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now. So without further ado, I bring you
Stevens!
You about to witness transport in the most quickest, most cheapest form, flow most steamy, most versatile, most spacious, almost flawless. Push off the canal boats, yet Old Steamy is back. Looks like Fitch and Fulton can't keep up with the track. Oh, New York, DeWitt Clinton got his own Erie Canal. He has his own funding, got his own state for his morale. McCormick is the plow, farm, fields, terrain, and grain. Looks like staple crop production might make it rain, but America's in for a shock in 1825 with a steam-powered invention that will thrive. Chug, chug, yeah, I'm in my prime. Let's get down the railroads. America don't have enough time playing around. What is this? Must be a train in town. It's moving our loads. Not exploding steamboats. Can I get a witness? Let's get down the railroads. America don't have time to wait for wagons. What is this? Must be a train in town. Needs no dirt roads and like bumpy slowed carriages. Can I get a witness?
Look Look at all the traffic on canals and roads that delays the travelers in America. But railroads do be going everywhere, it's the solution, yeah, duh. So over the mountains, through the fields, Stevens will do it best. We need his steam travel, yeah. Sharks, you should invest. Railroads are profits on wheels without any limit. Steamboats, canals, wagons, roads, too confined, so forget it. We're the cheapest one, but that doesn't make us slow. Heck, we're actually faster and even carry more tons of cargo. It just costs so much less and makes investors so much more. Millions will be taking trains from Ohio to Baltimore.
Let's get down the railroads. America don't got time playing around. What is this? Must be a train in town. It's moving our loads, not exploding steamboats. Can I get a witness? Let's get down the railroads. America don't got time to wait for wagons. What is this? Must be a train in town. Needs no dirt roads and like bumpy slowed carriages. Can I get a witness?
Look at all the traffic on canals and roads that delays the travelers in America. But railroads do be going everywhere, it's the solution, yeah, duh. Evidently, transportation across the Union will always last. Sharks, choose railroads for an alternative that is 10 times more fast. Yeah, you know you should patent and invest in our tracks. It's not only steam but money that the great Union Railroad stacks. Look at all the traffic on canals and roads that delays the travelers in America. But railroads do be going everywhere, it's the solution, yeah, duh. Evidently, transportation across the Union will always last. Sharks, choose railroads for an alternative that is 10 times more fast. Yeah, you know you should patent and invest in our tracks. It's not only steam but money that the great Union Railroad stacks.
Let's get down the railroads. America don't got time playing around. What is this? Must be a train in town. It's moving our loads, not exploding steamboats. Can I get a witness? Let's get down the railroads. America don't got time to wait for wagons. What is this? Must be a train in town. Needs no dirt roads and like bumpy slowed carriages. Can I get a witness?
So there you have it, folks. Stevens has come to save the day, back with his friend Isaac Cripps. You know, one day we might have a transcontinental railroad that would connect the country. It would mean that we could have large-scale agriculture. Idaho potato farmers could bring their potatoes all the way to the east. Orange farmers in Florida could spread their oranges across the country. More food for me, for you, for brother, and for sister. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Railroads revolutionize life. One day we will have railroads with 100 psi. Oh, well, the song ended, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's a wrap. This Robert Fulton fellow with his steamboats, he's a menace to river navigation.